So today's practice, we sit in an upright position that's comfortable for us, but honor your body. If at any time you need to lie down, have a rest, it really is about meeting the practice where you are. Props today, if you have them, a couple of bricks, a couple of books, a couple of soup cans, but not ever so important if you don't. And then just as you come to a seated position, just have a little wiggle, kind of arrive and land. And so often we arrive on our mat still busy with the day's goings on, whirring around in our mind. So just use your breath now to bring you from the out there and then to the here and now. A really full, deep, spacious breath in. And as you breathe out, just relax your shoulders, your face, your hips, and just welcome yourself here to this practice today. And one of my teachers, Max Strom, says yoga is a breathing practice to which we add our movement. So reminding yourself the moves aren't ever so important. Let's start to focus on our breathing. If you're comfortable, close your eyes. And as you breathe in, it's a 3-part breath. Breathe into your belly, expand into your side ribs, all the way up to your collarbones, armpits. And breathe out the same way, collarbones, side ribs, belly. And when our breathing is disturbed, so is our nervous system. So let's just really ground ourselves initially with this full, deep, spacious 3-part breath. So take 4 rounds while I remove my voice. And perhaps notice as you slow your breathing down that your thoughts might slow down. This is called laminar flow. It doesn't always happen, but just notice if there is a link. Because our thoughts are energies. They're not always real, but of course we always get caught up with them. Our thoughts can create tears when we're sad. Our thoughts can create stress hormones when we're stressed, and that's how we start to wreak havoc on our body. So our thoughts do create our reality. And through our breathing, we might just be able to slow them down a little bit. And if we can't, we don't beat ourselves up for that. We just acknowledge that maybe today we need extra love and care. So breathing in now as we focus on moving our body. As we inhale, take your arms out wide, all the way up towards the sky. Look towards your thumbs. As you breathe out, open your arms really wide like a cactus. And then pin those elbows back as you lift your heart up. Pull your lower tummy in a little bit. Take a deep breath in and bring the hands to prayer. Do that one more time with breath. Breathing in, arms lift. Exhale, cactus. And then to prayer. And now as we breathe in, we're going to open our up. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, open up wide. Then open to the cactus. This time take your right arm on top. So we're coming into eagle wrap. Right arm on top. You might stay here, hugging yourself, or bring the backs of the palms or the palms together. Breathing in, lift the elbows. Breathing out, come to fold. Inhale, lift the elbows. Exhale, fold. Pull your tummy in as you do. And do that one more time. Very much let the breath lead the movements. The movements are not important. And as you tuck the chin, just pause there as you fold, breathing into the back of your body. Sighing away everything else. And then bring those arms very briefly to a cactus again, but now we're leaning to the side. As the left hand comes down, the right arm rises, and we're breathing all the way down to the right waist. One of my teachers also says, the moment isn't here to be in the pose is here to be in the moment. So in this moment, notice if you're over taxing yourself, straining, stressing, and just breathe into this moment. Inhale, we rise up. Take that right hand behind you now for a twist. Take the left fingers across. Root down in your right fingers to grow so tall, and then breathe into the back portion of your body. You might feel the breath a little bit more on the left there. Just notice, because when we notice and feel our body, we're not in the busy, busy mind. One more deep breath. And come back. So you can change cross of shins now, maybe play a little bit, see if you can come into a balance like Teddy Everett used to do. Let's flex our feet, come back into seated. And just take a moment already to see if anything's shifted. And as you inhale, fingers rise up, look to thumb. Exhale, cactus. Hands to prayer. Inhale, arms lift up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, hands to prayer, and take a deep breath in. And then once again, open the arms wide into a cactus. And this time it's our left hand that goes on top. So again, you might stay there, give yourself a hug, or take the eagle bind. It's not always good for my microphone. So if I become more cold, breathing in as you lift up. Exhale, mindfully slowly back. Inhale, lift up. And we're down. Final time we lift up. Once again, cactus the arms. This time, left hand comes down, right arm comes up. Sorry, I've already done that. Sorry. Yeah, right hand comes down, left arm lift. Squeeze all the way down to your left. And just soften the shoulders, soften the face, soften that your left hip down to the ground. One more deep breath. And then lift yourself up as you take it to a twist. The right hand comes across the body, left fingers behind, and we lengthen the spine. And again, if the mind is busy, pick something to focus on. Focus on breathing to the right side of the back. Notice gripping, gritting teeth. Take a breath. Come back to center. And just take your fingers behind you now and elevate the heart. Visualize you're lifting the ribs out of the pelvis. Ease those elbows together and just take a huge breath into the center of your heart space. Then breathe a little bit more on top. And then open your mouth, and whatever it is that's looping around, just visualize you're letting it go. And do that one more time. Inhale to center of chest. Some more. Whatever it is, we can always pick it back up at the end of the practice. Let's go on to all fours now and move into some cat and cow. As you spread the fingers wide, your breath in lifts your heart. And as you breathe out, you press the floor away and round into your upper back. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, round. Nice and slow with breath. And you can stay with this basic pattern, or you can add a little sit back into child's pose and then lift. So that just rounds the back a little bit more, loosens up the fascia, the skin on the lower back. So let it serve you. And come to neutral spine. So come into some twists early on today. With the knees hip width apart, take your left hand underneath your face. And as you breathe in, lift up your right arm. Take a huge breath in. As you exhale, right hand taps left shoulder blade, almost like you're giving yourself a hug. Inhale, open your wing again. Exhale, right hand taps left shoulder blade. Final time, inhale, you lift. And I really hope you can hear me now. We're going to thread that right arm underneath. And let the back of the right hand go splat on the ground. Brace your left hand into the ground as you turn your heart towards the sky. So just take a moment here. This is option one. If you want to add a little bit of focus, you might extend your left leg behind you. Deep, deep breath. We generally can't think when we balance. You might lift up your left leg towards the sky. So this is just fun. Take a breath. Remember, the moment isn't here to be in the pose. We're just playing. And let's bring that left knee down and come all the way back to all fours. A little bit more cat and cow as you inhale, heart rises. Exhale to round. Obviously, there's variations if you want to do them. Inhale. And exhale. Let's have all that fun and games on side two. So the right hand is under your face, the fingers spread wide. Breathing in, left arm lifts. Exhale, left hand taps right shoulder blade. Inhale, left arm lifts. Exhale, tap shoulder blade. Final time, breathing in, reach up and feed the arm underneath. So really wiggle that left arm ahead. So you're pressing down onto the left shoulder blade. Right hand comes beside you, turn your heart towards the spine. Then you might add on the fancy bit. So you would take the right leg back. You might lift your right leg up. Keep pulling the tongue in. We're just here to breathe and breathe. Oh, down, come all the way back. You might stay with cat and cow, or you might be ready for a down dog. So most important today is focusing on that steady, steady, grounded breath here. So not moving quickly. As we inhale, we come forward to plank pose, long spine, heart forward, heels back. Exhale, come all the way back. Do that 2 more times with breath. And of course, at the time of filming, it's autumn, which is said to be a time of heightened anxiety. There's more wind. And that kind of happens in our bodies too, to our thoughts. So ground yourself now into your fingers and toes. Feel that sense of being rooted. And take a huge breath in. As you exhale, ease the heels towards the ground. And as you breathe in now, lift up your right leg and bend your right knee so the foot is over your left buttock. Firm up the left arm and do really big circles with the knee. They can be little circles, of course, if that's better. So find your sense of being rooted, even though we've lifted up a limb now. And now let's take the right foot between the hands. And as the right foot lands, we're going to drop the left knee. Breathing in, arms lift up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, hands to prayer. Again, inhale, we rise. We cactus. Hands to prayer. Final time, breathing in. Let's stay up this time. Maybe lunge that left thigh forward and gaze up to your thumbs as you breathe into the whole body. Soften face, jaw. One more deep breath. And now taking the hands either side of the right leg, we're going to start to straighten the right leg. And then as you inhale, you rebend. And then again, you straighten. So just notice the body. Notice the bits we try to speed through, which is likely to be the straight leg where we're staying now. So folding over that right leg. And a reminder that nothing lasts forever. That's what the Buddha said. Change is the only thing we can rely on. So soften into this shape. Know that you won't be doing it in a few minutes. One more deep breath. And let's rebend that right knee. Take your left hand down and come into what we call easy twist. The right arm rises to the sky, and you might stay here with the left knee down or lift your left knee up. Look up to your thumb. Take a huge breath. One more. And the right hand comes down. We come back to downward facing dog. Notice if one leg feels longer, if your sides feel different. Breathe into this moment. Coming through a vinyasa now, you can stay doing dog to plank. Otherwise, come forward to plank. Take a moment to lengthen your spine and then lower to the earth. Knees up or knees down. Breathing in, heart rises. Breathing out, we come back down again. Turn the toes, bend the knees. Let's come back to downward facing dog. And as you press into the feet and the hands, look between your toes and make your next breath really deep. Inhale, left leg rises, left knee bends. Firm up the right arm. Make sure you're nice and steady. Take a deep breath. And then choose if you wish to do some circles. Extend that left leg back. And as you exhale, left foot comes through, right knee bends. Breathing in, arms lift up. Breathing out, cactus, elbows wide. Breathing in, hands to prayer. Breathing out. Inhale, arms lift. We get the cactus, hands to prayer. Final time, we stay up this time, lunging forward a little bit. So as the right thigh descends, press into the ball of the left toe as you reach for the stars and take a deep breath. Breathing lower back, upper back. And then everybody's favorite, we come to fold over the hamstring. So if this is unbearable, it's slightly less having your hands inside the long leg. Otherwise, stay either side. Breathing in, we come forward. Breathing out, we lengthen the leg. Breathing in, we come forward. Breathing out, we lengthen the leg. Try and slow the speed of breath down. Final time. And maybe, just maybe, we linger over that long leg. And as we fold, we breathe into our back. Notice thoughts. The stronger the pose, the stronger the thoughts generally. So just notice where you go. Left hand comes down, right arm comes down, left arm. So again, we're in a twist. You might stay with the lying down All the way up the right. Feel that energy all the way down the back of the to the right heel. Deep breath. And the left hand comes down, back to downward facing dog. Maybe we come through a vinyasa. Breathe your way forward, lower to the earth. Breathing in, curling up the heart. Breathing out. Ardha Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Take 2 deep breaths as you look at your feet. That 3-part breath, belly, side ribs, collarbones. And at the end of the breath out, try and stay empty of breath as you lift up your heels, look forward, step or hop towards the front of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Breathe out to fold. Tiny bend in the knees. Inhale, we rise up. Exhale, hands to prayer. So when we're anxious, we get a little tight intercostal muscles because we breathe more shallowly, and then that causes us to breathe even more shallowly. So we're just going to do a really nice, soothing stretch for that now. Hold on to your left wrist and lengthen your spine up. As you exhale, tilt to the right and pause. Breathe into the left side. As you next exhale with a little bend in the knees, continue to a half circle towards the earth. At the bottom, take a deep breath in. Come up the same way, come to the right, still holding that left wrist. Taking a half circle. Pause at the top. Inhale, lengthen the left side again. Exhale, tilt to right, stop. Take another breath in. And then with a little bend in the knees, slowly come to that half circle, down to the ground. Take a deep breath in. Slowly come back the same way. Pause at the top as you take your hands either side of you into Tadasana. And notice perhaps as you breathe more space in the left side. Move into that space with your breath. And every time you feel that, you're not thinking. So stay in the body, breathing in if you can. Rise up, hold on to the right wrist, to the left. Take a breath in. And continue a little half circle to the ground. Pause at the bottom, take a breath in. Slowly come back. I think sometimes I could just stand and do this all day. I really love it. One more deep breath. Lengthen the right side. Tilt to the left. Take a breath. Continue to the earth. Let it be soothing, slow. So good for our nervous system. Deep breath in. Press into the feet. Super slowly come the way back. And as you come to stand now, close your eyes. Take one hand to your heart, one hand to your tummy. The 2 wisdom centers in the body, our heart and our gut. And breathe into both of your hands. And both of these places are such a place of deep knowing. So breathe again. And from there, let's come into a slow sun salutation. Breathing in, arms lift up. Breathing out, body folds. Breathing in, long spine. Step back right, then left to downward facing dog. Stay in downward dog or come through as vinyasa. And we're just going to change the end a little bit. Take a deep, deep breath in your downward facing dog. Sigh away everything else. Breathing in, left leg rises. Step the left foot between the hands and just gaze forward. So we're in a low lunge. And as we step in, we're going to lift our right leg up. Grounded aeroplane. Take a deep breath. Drop right foot next to left. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, arms sweep up to the sky. So really honoring this lovely grounded, slow pace. Do that on the other side. Breathing in, arms lift. Exhale, we come to fold. Breathing in, flat back. This time step back left, then right to downward facing dog. Stay in dog or come through your vinyasa. And pause in your downward facing dog for 2 deep breaths as you look at your feet. Inhale, right leg rises. Exhale, right foot comes between the hands, long spine. Press into the right foot, lift your left leg, find your balance there briefly, hands on the ground. Left foot comes next to right. Inhale, flat back. Exhale to fold. And hook onto your big toes now with your peace fingers. Press the toes down and then let the elbows come out to the side as you super slowly rock from side to side. Notice where you feel this the most, maybe hamstrings. Ideally not the back, bend the knees if you do. Take a breath. Sigh everything else out. Just remind yourself you're here, holding onto your feet, you're grounded. One more deep breath. And then release the hands as you take them under your feet. This is called Padahastasana. Press the toes down onto your wrist crease. You might bend the knees a bit. Then inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, fold. And press down as we stretch these carpal bones, the wrist bones. One more deep breath. And we need this if we use a lot of technology, which we all do now. Release the hands, fingers to floor. Feel your feet. Maybe you're more aware of them. Press into your feet super slowly. Let's unravel. Pause at the top of the mat with the palms forward. Close your eyes. And with awareness in your heart and your gut, just direct your breath there. Let's add on as we breathe in, the arms lift up. As you exhale, fold. Inhale, take a flat back, step back to downward facing dog. And you might choose to take a vinyasa. You might choose to be here for 5 breaths. Do what's best for you. And from downward facing dog, breathe in now as your right leg rises. As you breathe out, bring right knee to nose. Inhale, super slow, right leg comes back, steady breath. Exhale, knee to nose, and we step through. This time we're coming into a high lunge. So as you root down into the feet, slowly lift your arms up and come all the way to a high lunge. Exhale, elbows wide, cactus. Inhale, hands to heart, take a breath out. Inhale, arms lift up. Exhale, cactus. Hands to prayer. And just pause there a moment with the hands touch. Breathe in, lift tall. As you exhale, pull your tummy in and turn to the right. So you might stay here upright, or you might bring your left elbow to the outside of the right thigh. And as you do that, press your left hand into your right hand to help you rotate. So breathing into the left side of your body. One more breath. We've got all the time in the world. And then as we come up, we're going to open the opposite way now into warrior 2. So I'm going to face the camera. Warrior 2, we're unraveling the arms. We're gazing forward. As we inhale, fingers touch, right leg straightens. Exhale, ground the energy down. Inhale, ground the energy. One more time, moving with breath as a way to soothe and regulate. Pause. 3 deep breaths in stillness. And it's the simplicity of these poses that make them good for us. We can just redistribute our energy, stay present. Wrap the left arm around your waist now as you lean back for reverse warrior, extending from right waist to right fingertips. Just breathe. From here, we're going to come into a bound triangle. So we straighten the right leg, keep the arms exactly as they are, but we take the right hand towards the right ankle. And as we press against the shin or the ankle, turn your heart towards the sky. And you might stay here with a bind or extend the left arm upwards, maybe looking towards left thumb. Feel your feet root down into the little toes and take 3 deep full breaths to belly, side ribs, collarbones. And then look down to your right foot as you take the left hand down as we swivel into a forward fold. Any back injuries, turn your toes in, otherwise have them parallel. And as you breathe in, long spine, exhale, fold. 2 more of those. Inhale, long spine. Exhale to fold. It's these soothing repetitions that get us into a relaxed state. And final time, let's take our head towards the ground. And we might keep the hands where they are, or we might once again hook onto our big toes. Adungustasana. Elbows out to side, just breathing. One more deep breath. And then walk the hands under your face. So we're just going to turn towards the front of the mat. And we were here before. We're going to do an easy twist. As the left hand comes down, unravel the right arm and reach high. 2 more breaths. And then the right hand comes down. You come back to downward facing dog. And you might choose to do a vinyasa. You might choose to rest in child's pose. You might choose to stay in downward facing dog. All are good choices. And in downward facing dog, when we eventually get there again, feel your feet, feel your hands, and just repeat to yourself, I am here. Breathing in, left leg rises. Breathing out, knee to nose. Breathing in, left leg rises. Breathing out, foot comes through. And feel your feet before you do anything else. From there, we press into the feet as we unravel ourselves up to a high lunge. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, elbows wide in a cactus. Hands together. Inhale, rise. Exhale, cactus. Hands together. Pull your lower belly in as you turn to the left. And as you turn to the left, notice the right leg. Has it gone all limp? Keep pressing the way with the right heel. And then your right elbow comes across. Find the breath, because we tend to lose it in a twist because we're compressing the diaphragm. 2 deep breaths. One more deep breath. And then slowly come up. So this is a weird transition as we come into warrior 2. Gaze forward to that middle finger. Inhale, fingertips touch. Exhale, we ground on the energy back down again. Inhale, fingertips touch. Exhale, we ground the energy. Final time. Pause and take 3 deep breaths. Slightly draw your lower belly in. And then that right hand wraps around you, hooking onto the left waist, and we lean back and we take 3 deep breaths in a reverse warrior 2. And then we straighten the left leg and we take the left hand somewhere on the left leg. It's more important that we're leaning back in the upper body than we're touching our toe. Press against the left shin, turn your heart and chest up. Look towards the sky, maybe unraveling your right fingertips. And press well into the feet as you draw the energy up the legs, as you take 3 deep breaths. And when we're anxious or overwhelmed, we've lost control, we've lost connection to our root. So it's so important to feel those legs. Press your thigh bones back. Feel the feet. Take 2 deep breaths. And then the right hand comes down. Once again, we're turning into a forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale to fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale to fold. Inhale, lengthen. And fold. So we're in an inversion. The head is below the heart. Take a deep breath into the center of the heart. And keep your awareness there for another 2 rounds of breath. And if you have a different option, interlacing fingers behind you, holding toes, just do what you will. And then let's move towards the front of the mat. And once again, we're coming into easy twist as the right hand comes down and left. Take a deep breath. And comes down, back to downward dog. So we are going to go into child's pose. We've got one more round of standing poses to do. You might go straight there or come through a vinyasa. And sit back. Toes together, knees wide, forehead to the earth. And breathe into the back of your body. And let the head on the earth be symbolic of releasing, dissolving all thoughts as you exhale. So just stay there for 5 more rounds of breath. So we're going to come into our final round of standing poses, just adding on to the sequence. And then we're going to have more rest today. So pressing down into the hands, lift your hips, coming back into downward facing dog. And we're just going to add a little twist here. Can you walk your feet in a little bit so you're much more of an isosceles triangle? And see if you can tap your right hand to the outside edge of the left shin. Look under your left armpit, take a deep breath. Notice where the breath moves to. And bring the right hand down, bring the left hand and look under your right armpit, breathing in. Just notice where the breath goes to. And take the left hand down and walk back into a more normal downward facing dog, as it were, if there's such a thing. Breathe in as the right leg rises. Breathe out, we tap right knee to nose. Breathing in, the right leg rises. Once again, that right foot comes through. And again, super slowly lift those arms up towards the sky. You know the pattern now. Exhale, there's a cactus. Inhale to prayer. Inhale, we rise. Exhale to cactus. This time, turn the palms down and interlace them behind you. Roll the shoulders back, lift up the chest. And then lean forward. Now, this is a really tricky balance. Lift up your left heel and then bring it back down again. And you might realize now you want to let go of the bind, or see if you can do a bound warrior 3. So we lift up the left leg. We've got the fingers interlaced, not easy. And take 3 deep breaths. And then we drop back. Keep the bind if you can. You might have to find it again. So we're back into warrior 2, but with a bind. We're going to take the the little fist we've made to our left waist. Bring the left elbow back and drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. In your mind's eye, make sure your right knee's going towards the little toe. 3 deep breaths here. Let the jaw open as well. Nobody's filming you. Let the jaw go. So much tension held in our jaw. Keep the fists as you release them. This time a forward fold. So taking the crown of the head towards the right foot. Breathe. 2 more deep breaths. Keep pressing into the left foot. Breathing in, we rise and we take our warrior 2. Take a deep breath. 1 more deep breath. And then lean back as our left hand comes back, the right arm rises. Once again, we're in the reverse warrior. So earlier we did a triangle pose. You might want to do that again, or you might be ready for a half moon. So coming forward, right fingers come to the brick or to the floor. Left leg rises. You might very slowly turn and look towards the left hand. Just keep breathing. And there's a quote from John Kabat-Zinn, as long as you're breathing, there's more right with you than wrong with you. And just keep breathing. Slowly we come back to warrior 2. So options now, final time, we might come into, I'll turn again. We might come into an easy twist. You might drop your left knee and come into a modified side plank, or you might come into a full side plank. And that's where we have 2 straight legs, as I'm doing now. No one pose is better than another. So just breathe into where you are. The side plank, you want to make sure your inner elbow is towards the thumb. Make sure the shoulder blade is safe. Take a breath. Then we take the hand down, we come through down dog. Again, this is our penultimate vinyasa. We might wish to take one, we might not. So just move in a way that feels good. And when we tap into what feels good, we're much more likely to do it again. And that's sadly where we go wrong with wine, isn't it? And other things. Pause there, take a deep breath in. Exhale everything else away. Final side, inhale, nice steady pace, left leg rises. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, foot comes between the hands. Slowly, slowly, we come all the way up to a high lunge. Look towards the thumbs. Exhale to cactus. Hands to prayer. Inhale, arms rise. Out wide to cactus. Turn the palms down and interlace them. Lift the heart, lift the chest. So again, we're exploring a bound warrior two. Just keep lifting your right heel and dropping it. That might be where you stay. Or you might take flight as you lift up the left leg, the right heel kicks back and we breathe. And some days we balance, some days we don't. We know it doesn't matter. But our ego doesn't always agree. That's it. Let's drop down to warrior two. Let's unravel. Take a moment there in Virabhadrasana 2, warrior two. Another deep breath, belly, side ribs, collarbones. And then we reverse. Right hand comes back. Breathing in, breathing out. And come all the way up. And we take a half moon. So again, you might have your hands to the ground or to the brick. Spread the right toes, spread the right fingers. And just maybe you turn the gaze to look up. Slowly come out. So again, I'm changing sides. Coming back to our high lunge. Final twist, coming into an easy twist. Drop the right knee, come into a modified side plank, or straighten both legs, knees off the ground, breathing in and breathing out. We're just playing and making shapes. Final vinyasa. We're all going to meet lying on our stomach. So not child's pose, but lying flat on the earth. So slowly, slowly with breath. You might do a final vinyasa. And then we come to lie flat, forehead on hands, shake out the hips. And just take a moment to really drop your body into the earth beneath you. And see if you can soften into the earth, just trusting that you're being held here. Because sometimes we forget that. Just all the water we drink, the air we breathe, the food we eat, it all comes from the earth. Just breathe in to acknowledge that support. So several back bends, depending on your back. Your first one might be a Sphinx pose, and let's make it a Sphinx pose. So elbows under shoulders, hands in front of you. Feel like you're pulling the elbows towards your waist as you lift your heart. So we have traction there in the spine. It should never be painful. And then from there, let's drop our right ear and breathe. And I realised just now I've missed the interlace and things from the warrior two. So we'll remedy that in a moment. I'm really sorry. Tuck the chin and take the left ear to the left shoulder. And breathe. And come back to center. And breathe. Two more deep breaths, directing your awareness to the lower back. And then very slowly come all the way down to the ground and just shake your hips a little bit. So your options are to stay there, this time coming into rolling cobras. Take your hands down, elbows point back, breathing in, heart rises. Breathing out, you come back. Inhale, heart rises. We come back down again. Final time, heart rises. And then from there, let's come all the way back onto all fours. Do a little bit of cat and cow there. And come back into down dog. So I was telling the truth when I said we weren't doing this again, but I just realized I missed a bit off. So let's just step forward with our left leg. Coming back into warrior two. Take a moment in warrior two. And then interlace the palms behind you and take the fist to the right waist. Bring your right elbow back, drop your right ear, and breathe into the left side of the neck. Two more deep breaths. And then keeping the bind behind you, breathe in, heart rises, bow towards your left foot. And keep pressing into the center of the right heel. Two deep breaths. And then look towards the ground. We're going to take our hands either side of the left foot, step the right foot forward. And as you bend the knees, we're seamlessly making our way down onto the ground. And then bring those knees in towards the chest. So just very gently rock side to side. So we can't have a strong back without core strength and vice versa. So before we do our back bend, we're going to do a little bit of core strength. Our second back bends. So heels are on the ground, feet are on the ground, knees are bent, interlace the palms behind you. And take a huge breath in as you soften your belly. As you exhale, pull your tummy in, bring a left knee towards right elbow. Inhale, come back. Left elbow to right knee. So option to stay with this pattern, feet on the ground. Otherwise, bring right elbow to left knee and straighten your right leg. Slowly come back, opposite side. So choose the version that's best for you, but really slow it down so that you can still breathe. And then come to lie back and take the feet flat. As a rough guide, you can touch the center of your heel with your middle finger. Now roll the shoulders back. And we're going to peel up into a bridge pose. If your back doesn't like it, you can come up and down. Fluid bridges. Otherwise, see if you can stay up and interlace your fingers. Make sure the knees are going slightly inwards. You're engaging your inner thighs. Lift the heart. 5 breaths. And as we slow down, I notice where the mind spins off. Two more breaths, still keeping that pattern of belly, side ribs, collarbones. And then very slowly unravel and bring those knees in towards your chest and just gently rock from side to side. And if it feels good, take a happy baby. Hold on to your big toes. Outside edge of trousers. Make sure you haven't thrown the head back. Keep the back of the neck long. From here, you might turn it into like little circles with the heels. You might straighten one leg and straighten the other. What would a happy baby do? And then this is just for a bit of fun. Hold on to the feet next to your groin. So you've got a little diamond and just see if you can rock up to a seat. And if you can't, no one's looking, and then go back again. Just because, and come back up, come back. And this time we stay up. So as the heels come together and the toes come together, we're now coming into a forward fold, Baddha Konasana. So bowing towards your feet, tuck your chin, breathe into the back of your body. Maybe you just surrender a little bit more as you bow to your feet. Take 4 more deep breaths into the back of your body. So always careful how you come up out of forward fold. Pull your tummy in. It's like a little press stud, and then very slowly roll up. Roll the shoulders back. Close your eyes. Rest the hands on your knees as you gradually bring them together. And just give them a little shake. And then keep your left leg long as you take the right foot in to the thigh. So setting up for various variations of Janu Shirshasana. So we're turning our tummy button towards the left kneecap. Hands are either side of the leg. Inhale, you lengthen. Exhale, fold over your left leg. And we'll do this soothing repetition. Inhale, you lift. Exhale, you fold. Final time, inhale, you lift. And then maybe you fold a little deeper. Maybe you hold your ankle, the leg. No good or bad place. Just bowing in. And just maybe turn your belly button a little bit more towards the left. Feel wherever you feel this, feel all the feels and breathe into them. It might be back of leg, it might be lower back. Three more very full deep breaths, belly, side ribs, collarbones. And slowly, slowly walk your hands up and face forward. Slide the left hand down to the left ankle now and breathe in as your right arm comes over your ear. And as you inhale, lift up and let the right hand tap by the right hip as your left arm lifts. So we're just doing this little pattern. Exhale, left hand to ankle, right arm comes overhead. Inhale, right arm comes down to the ground. And this time you might also lift up your left hip. On the ground or exhale, down, left hand tap ankle, right arm lifts up and over. Inhale, right arm lifts, right hand down. And stay here if you're doing the side body stretch. And slowly, slowly come down. And take that left shin in front of the right shin now as we come to sit cross-legged. And with your hands on your knees, we're going to take the Sufi grind, just really big circles. Close your eyes, maybe you ease into the neck as well. I think there's something really soothing about this pose. And just let your circles get bigger and bigger and bigger. And then when they're really big, we change direction and we spiral inwards. Notice the rib cage, the side body, the neck. And gradually, slowly bring yourself to center. And just for a moment, drop into that quiet, still space. Taking a full, deep breath in. A long exhale out. And then just lean a little bit to your left hip as you lengthen and extend the right leg long. Roll the shoulders back, feel your sit bones, turn towards your right knee. Hands either side. Breathing in, we lift up tall. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, we rise. Exhale to fold. Breathing in. And we fold and we hold the fold this time, bowing the head, maybe moving our belly button a bit more to the right as we breathe into the lower left back. 3 huge deep breaths. Draw your belly button in, roll up really slowly. Roll the shoulders back. Close your eyes at the top. Check in rather than check out. Slide right hand to ankle, left arm lifts up. Left fingers rise, left hand down, right arm lifts. So this is option 1 with our buttocks on the ground. Otherwise, exhale, right hand taps down, left arm lifts. Inhale, left hand, and we also follow that with a lift of the hip. And we do 2 more of those if that's what we're doing. And as we do the final one, we might stay up this time. As the left hand comes down, the right arm points over, we press into right foot and we breathe. We slowly perch ourselves back down again. We bring right shin in front of left this time and we circle. So just whichever direction, same pattern, we're moving out to be really big circles. Think like ripples in the water, and then we start to spiral back in as we change direction. And once again, we come to stillness. And as we feel our roots on the earth, the hips, the legs, the hard edges of the feet, from there, lift your heart and elongate your spine. Keep your eyes closed and take 3 rounds of 3-part breath, breathing in belly, side ribs, collarbones. Collarbones, side ribs, belly. And do 2 more of those. And this is where we began all that time ago. Notice what has come full circle for you. Notice what has shifted for you, because it's always are. And then settle yourself down for the most comfortable Shavasana that you can. So you might have bricks under your thighs if you have back issues. And come to soften and settle. And this is where we surrender now onto the earth. We surrender into our body. We let go of trying, let go of wanting anything to be different to how it is, and come to soften. And finishing today with a poem by Rilke, not sure if that's the pronunciation. Be patient towards all that is unresolved in your heart, and try to love the questions themselves, like locked rooms and like books that are written in a very foreign tongue. Do not seek for the answers that cannot be given, for you would not be able to live them. And the point is to live everything, live the questions now. And perhaps without knowing it, you will live along someday into the answers. So just resting now into the great mystery, allowing the eyes to close, allow the shoulders to drop. Perhaps there's an audible sigh that you need to make out as this symbolic gesture of letting go. And feel the breath without controlling, moving into the belly, side ribs, collarbones. And as you breathe out, soften collarbones, side ribs, and the belly. And feel the weight of the shoulders beneath you. Let the arms get heavy. And let your fingers uncurl, because right now you have nothing to hold on to. Let the hips relax, thighs relax, calves relax, toes relax. And just come back to all awareness now into that space between your eyebrows, the third eye. This place where we witness all our dreams. And keep your awareness here. You might see textures and colours. And once more, repeat to yourself, I am here. And take rest now till you hear my voice again. Breathing into your whole body. And start to make your breathing slightly deeper. And you might now realize that you need to be here longer. If you've just carved it out this time for you, then just start to bring yourself back to the present moment. You might hear sounds, you might hear smells, invoking all of your senses. Relax the jaw. Perhaps run the tongue just up to the top layer and bottom layer of your teeth. Maybe there's an overhead stretch. And then if you can, easily making your way back up to a comfortable seated position. As we come to this comfortable seated position for the final time together, let's breathe in as we raise our arms towards the sky, gathering all that goodness back into our heart. Namaste. So you can find me if you wish to sign up for my newsletter at Sarah Rush Yoga. If you like a poem in your inbox every fortnight and perhaps some observations of the seasons, it would be really nice to see you there. Otherwise, I'll see you very, very soon.